Hi everyone, so today I have a sponsored video from Tonic Studios for one of their new birthday week launches, and when I brought this out of the packaging I was like, oh my gosh, there's 2 sheets of dies, and this happens to be the Advent Town calendar gift box die set. Excuse me, and I am super excited to play with this. It's so cute, you guys. They did such a smart job of making this something that's going to be easy and just adorable, you know, to display, maybe give it as gifts. But they did send these items free of charge from my review, and all opinions are my own, excuse me. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So thank you for using those. Along with the birthday week, there are lots of like tiered discounts and free gifts and things like that. And I'll have all that information in the description box along with like expiration dates and things like that associated with the birthday week. You guys, I was looking at this, you know, what I want to point out is, okay, so it makes like a little Advent Town, so meaning you're going to put like a little treat in each window, or you can just leave it, you know, just be a decoration, however you want to do this. This one is a larger one, and then it creates also what they call a smaller one, but they're both really nice and sizable. So the larger one, if I measure like where the cut edge will be, the cut line, it looks like it'll be about just shy of 8 inches tall. The other one I believe is the same. One is just a little shorter, like just over 7.5 inches on the cutting edges, and then it is about on the cutting edges 3 5/8 inches wide, and then the larger one is just almost shy of 6 inches wide. Okay, and so what we have on here are the pieces to make these houses, and it's not a lot of the box itself. It's really simple, really straightforward. So I'll show you that right now. So basically, let's say you had the larger one. Today I'll probably work with the small one because I also want to work this little Christmas tree down here that also makes another like little treat holder. So that can be a separate thing. Obviously within your little village you have little trees, however you want to do it. What I wanted to point out is about how smart this is. So this one has 8 apertures, so 8 places to place, you know, candies, treats, whatever you want to put in there. This one has 4. So that combination of 8 and 4 really makes it easy. So you can have 2 of these guys, that's 16, right? You generally do like 24. Maybe 25 is the tree, you know, or if you want to go with 25, generally they have 24 spots, right? So if you did 2 of those, that's 16. 2 of these, you have 24. Or 3 of, you know, whatever makes the math work for you guys. I guess it couldn't be 3 of these, that wouldn't make sense. But 1 of these, and then however many of the small ones to make it work for 24. So I like that they had the 8 and 4 combination, so you can play with those numbers and create your village that way. So you have this guy. This is your main thing, and then you have the openings, right? So each opening is going to be created by one of these guys. So it's basically like a little tunnel that you're creating between the front of your Advent, you know, box and the back. So these guys are going to be in there, and that's where you're going to place your treats. So, you know, for this one you would need 8 of them. For this one you would need 4 of them. I do want to point out, and I'll be holding that one here. Let me see. This might be for the doorway. Yeah, so see, this one's slightly different because if you're using this one, it has a door, and the door is like thinner and longer than like the windows. So that might be for that, and this one might be for the other ones, I'm assuming. So we'll get there when we get there, right, as far as our construction. So we have those pieces, and again, they work for both the smaller and larger house or building. We have oh, and then the sides to finish that off. Obviously, like I said, there's going to be like a little tunnel between the front and the back. So you have sides for the tall one. I believe that's all the same. So it's like a square, basically, if you really look at this area where you're going to put a top and sides in the bottom. So it's a square. And then the little guy is going to need 2 of these long ones, and then 2 of the shorter one that goes across the top and the bottom. So you have that. Again, we have the windows and doorways. I mean, all these inlays you can mix and match. You can make them all the same. Of course, that means you would run it through, like if you want them all this one, you're going to run it through 8 times for this guy or 4 times for this guy. Mixing and matching them. There's like stripes. There's horizontal stripes. There are, well, at least that's the, like a diagonal stripe. There's like a little window looking, square window. There's like this door. They all have matte layers, of course, and then the inlay like Tonic does so well. So this one has like a traditional door, little Christmas tree there, maybe some little baubles hanging over here. On this one, we have like inlay type things where it's like little stars, and it might be hard to see. A cute little window that looks like it has snow or something because the way it's kind of like shaped in the window. more things that look like they're kind of hanging, some garland or like Christmas lights. Really cute. At the very top, we have this decorative layer. These are all so awesome. And what's fun is that you can really play around with this little circle area. So we have like, it can look like a clock, like a little, I wouldn't say clock tower, but not really. I mean, obviously it's on the top of a building, but a nice big clock. You have a curtain with like a Christmas tree on this one. You have like a little Christmas tree with like ornaments, but lights, like a garland. You have this little circle inlay. It's a little bit different from that one because it does like kind of like a window look. You have the background circle for all of those guys if you want to layer them up or make them their own thing or however. I mean, there's just so much. So again, it's beautiful inlay for this top portion. On the side, you have these areas here that have like a kind of like cobblestone look or like a brick look, I guess is what it is. And then it has like little windows and things, right? And let me see if I see any more window. Well, this is for an optional door, a different door than the one that was inlaid over here already. You have little pieces of window and cuteness that look like this, if you want to use that for like maybe in this circular area or for these guys. Oh, okay, so this hexagon base or piece and this piece right here and the Christmas tree all go together to make a little box that makes it's really easy to put together, it looks like. So we'll do that today. So that's why I think I'll do the smaller Advent gift box today and the tree. That way this video is not too long. And I can show you, it's the same construction for this. You would just put, you know, the 7 windows and then the one piece that's for the door, and then on this one it would be the 4 window boxes. Now earlier I said this is probably for the door and this is probably for the box. I don't know that right now off the top of my head. I just was looking and I thought, oh, this might look for that, but you know, it might be for this guy. That probably makes more sense. That this is the window one. You can see like the shape of that, the size of that works better for that, and this guy's tall and then short. So yeah, I just said that backwards, sorry guys. But of course when we do the construction we will do it correctly. What else do we have? Oh, another type of window, door here. This one's more like contemporary. And then of course your numbers, you know, so you can set up, I love how it has a whole bunch of 1s and 2s because you're probably going to use those quite often. And then it has all the assortment from 1 through 0, or yeah. And then, you know, little decorative pieces for all the different kinds of things that are going on here. And then look at this, your little Christmas tree at the very top. This is basically going to be a dimensional little box. You can pop one of these guys in. So we have a little star, we have a little angel, you have some garland, like lights for everything. You have a wreath and a bow, maybe for your door, maybe a bow on your tree. The tree also has inlays and cute things like that. Oh, so this one's like the embossed kind of thing where it would put stars, and this one, these ones are, or these ones? Anyway, are like inlays that go along with this layer here if you would like. So I think that's all the pieces, guys. Again, I usually mention at the very top, I get samples, so mine look like this. Yours are going to be in a really cool, like, what would you call it? A folder, basically. And on either side it'll have one of these guys, it'll have some instruction, and it's full color with lots of inspo on there for you guys, depending on how they package it. Sometimes, and I'm not saying for this one because I don't know, but they come with like a magnetic holder, and sometimes they'll have like a plastic envelope. I don't know how this one is going to be packaged, but if it does have those options, it will definitely say in the listing. So I'll have the link in the description box, but it'll tell you if it has those items coming along with it or not, okay? So always read the listing, because sometimes mine's a little bit different, and obviously it's very different, but I just, you know, assume some of the packaging is what it is. So I'm going to grab some papers. We're going to start with this guy, and then we'll make our little tree, and we'll just have lots of fun with it. So I will be right back. So I think for my little building, I'm going to do like beige, gold accents, black and red, something like that. Okay, so I grabbed a couple of these heavyweight beige papers. These are all just papers from my stash, and you're gonna need 2 of these. So we're gonna run that through twice. And for this one, for the little guy, basically one of them is gonna have this inlay. Now you can do it right now, right? Or you can do it afterwards, but basically this is gonna go down at the bottom, and I just wanna make sure of that. So if I place this here, and this here, yeah, so I would bring it about right down to the base. So one just like this, and then one with the inlay. Now again, I'm gonna run them at the same time. They're gonna open this way. If for some reason you want them to open the other way, you can turn it, right? That's up to you. But generally I would go for it being open this way. So again, one just plain and one with this inlay, and I like to run them at the same time, but if you want to run them separately, like after you've already got your shape, go for it. I'm going to put that there. So we'll have two of those. Again, one just completely full and one with little inlays. Now this one has 4 windows, which happen to be this portion, and this is how wide your box is going to be. If you imagine that these glue tabs are going to be folded down and stuck in between, so a really nice area. I would say it's about 1 inch opening. Let's just check on that, because yeah, it's like 1 1/4, just shy of 1 1/4, and then the depth, so you can imagine what kinds of treats you can put in there, and that sizing is, it's about 2 inches. I will need 4 of this, and I'm going to cut it from the same cream colored paper, so we'll need 4 of those. And then we'll need our sides. We need 2 of the long side. And to be honest, you probably don't have to put a bottom on it because the doors are self-sustained, but it's okay. So I'm going to cut 2 of these. So 2 of these and 2 of these. If you want to save a little paper, you probably don't need the bottom one. It can just stand, but it'll probably be sturdier if you have a full bottom on that. So those are our basic pieces, I believe. So let's get that going so we can have that construction started, and I'll be right back. That one when it comes out, you just have that. This little guy, and then the second one again without the inlay. So your little doors are ready to go, your windows, and I'll do one more like this. So we have our pieces here. As we go to decorate, I do want to mention, and I overlooked it, it has like little pieces of brick, so you can make it look like it's brick wherever you would like, and then this other piece here that also looks like brick layer kind of around the corners or something like that. So again, for the small guy, we have 4 of these. For the larger one, you would do 7 of these and then 1 of the door. And then we have top and bottom and sides and this guy. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and decorate the front before we put it all together, because we do have the little doors and I don't really want to decorate after it's put together and like push on them. So we will do that in just a moment. But again, inlay, just the whole background, they go like this. They sandwich with these guys. So for right now, what we can do is put our little boxes together, just have them going and setting up. So we have these guys, and it's going to be super simple. So all you're going to do is score them, and if you want to go ahead, they're going to make a little, kind of rectangular square here, and then these guys are going to glue to the back of this like this, right? So you want that opening. So basically you want these glue tabs to be flared out. So if you want to do that now before they're in a 3D shape, you can definitely do that. And I'm going to do this with all 4. Super simple, and just have them ready to go. And then you just glue them together right here. I suppose if you wanted to, you can glue them together on the outside like that, so when you look inside it looks real clean. So that's what I'm going to do actually. It's a little more persnickety because you got to get right in here and hold on to that. But you can just glue the tab here, right inside. I'm going to put it on the outside like this. And I'm just holding it. And use something else like that. And I will do the same thing for all 4. I have all 4 ready to go with our other base pieces. So let me make some style choices here for this part of it. Bring back my papers. I might bring back some of the beige too. We will see. So we have our doors, of course, our windows, openings. Again, mix and match. There's tons. Let's do one with a little. I love that each one has a matte layer, so you don't have to like wait around, as you're running through. Let's do one at least with a little Christmas tree in there, and then let's do the rest with a little frost window. Yeah, so we'll just do that. So 3 of these and 1 of this guy. And then for the outside, of course, we have our matte layers. So let's look at these. So pretty. I was going to do the background in black and then maybe an inlay with the gold, because we love gold, to help us out with that. So let me put those to the side for right now. I was thinking about the clock tower option on this guy. So again, we have 2, basically the same. I mean, you can just choose one. We have the circle. Now you can definitely inlay the clock tower look on this whatever layer you're using here. So there's just different ways to play around with it, because like this and this one has, again, the little crosses in it. So for the clock, it would probably be this one. If you want to inlay that right now or do a whole other circle of a color and then inlays like that. So that's probably what I'll do, but I'll put these to the side for right now because that's a little bit different and we'll work on that. So one just through black paper and one through gold paper like this inlaid. And then my little windows again. Let's do, oh, they'll be interesting. Let's do on these guys gold, just like this. So 4 of these just in gold. And then with the black, I'll inlay, you know, the 3 of these and 1 of this guy. Anyway, in the way it's supposed to be, obviously they haven't flipped around. I'll be right back. Looks like when you inlay it, so that means putting those 2 together, those 2 dies. And how pretty, look how delicate that, oh my gosh. So pretty. Okay guys, so for right now I have just these little guys like this. You can paper piece pieces in there, of course. I mean, just lots of different ways to play with these guys. And so I'm going to do is just glue them together. Being a little bit careful because I'm using a very shiny paper, and sometimes shiny paper wants to be funny. I tab off like the excess and I will hold those down. Sometimes what I do is as I'm working with it, I'll just use something heavy like a cutting plate or something, a book, and just pop it on top and work on the next one, and put them underneath as I'm going, right? So I'll just place that on there. And this guy, I'm gonna put some glue towards the center because I know that's not gonna be showing. When you have a fancy kind of paper, sometimes it'll want to warp on the other side that you can see where you put the glue. So just put your glue, not super wet. I'm definitely going to get into these little skinny areas, so we'll really want to tap that down and really make sure you're getting that glue on those areas. And again, here's some excess, tap it off, and also flatten this one out under something, right? So I'm just going to hold that down. Sometimes I'll take like a paper towel just to help pick up some of the excess glue that might come out, which it did, of course. You can see a little bit there. And then we want to just hold that down. Okay, again, I'll place it under this, and I'll be back for just a minute to flatten out, and we'll bring this guy back. And it can, if you want to pop things up or whatever as you like, you can definitely do that. For right now, I'm just going to go ahead and just glue this guy down, and then our little windows, and then we're going to accent with other colors and with the red and the other colors I was thinking about using. So how pretty is that? That guy right there. And then these little guys, again, I just wanted to put like a Christmas tree down the bottom, so on this flap. And then we have our numbers that we'll accent with and all that. So we have that, and then I'm just going to glue these on the other 3 flaps. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have that. So for my little clock, I just want to bring in some of that red we haven't used yet. So I think what I'll do is, excuse me, so yeah, I want the red showing through. So we just need a red circle like that. And then let me bring out some of my cream color. I might have another scrap somewhere else. I'm going to do this part with the inlay so that through these little bits you can see the red. And then just the black handles. Or, I mean, it can be gold, whatever color you like. So I'll just run that through for the little clock hands. And I'll be right back. While I'm at it, I will also cut from red paper some of our numbers. And I'll just run this through just to bring that red accent in. And again, you can play around with the numbers. Obviously you want it to be like a little search like you do with Advent. So if I had 6, maybe 12, 8, and whatever, if I want to play with just these. But we can also run these guys through too. So let's get this guy out. So cute. And then we have our red background, so we're going to glue those together. And I'll probably pop this one up just to have some dimension, so maybe I'll add this after we put our box together. Of course, you have side pieces that you can decorate with, those little cute, like, decorative edges. We have that, and then I think my little handle is still in here. And of course, you can point these wherever you would like. And I'm just going to put a little glue and just point them straight up. And then of course when you apply your clock, I guess you could also kind of mess with what direction they're pointing at that point. Trying to see where the middle is. Nope, way off. I'm just looking at like the center of that and then maybe pointing to here or something. That's pretty good. And then we have our numbers. Let me put this little guy back before I misplace it. And so we have lots of numbers here. So let's say maybe like number 4. I'm just trying to see where I want to place them. Maybe like down here. Sure. We can have fun with that too. How about maybe 23? Put that right inside the frame. Okay, so I'll just play with the numbers a little bit and add those on. And I will be right back. Again, I'm just playing with whatever we have here. Obviously, you want to do 1 through 24 or 1 through 25, whatever it is that you're doing. But you want to have one for each of those numbers. And I'll be right back. Okay, so let's put this aside. There will be some finishing touches that I want to do, so I'm going to pop that up, you know. Maybe some little garlands and things, but for right now I just have that. There are also some little ovals in the kit, so if you want to put your numbers on the ovals, then you can put the oval on, you know, however you want to decorate that part, of course. So let's get to talking about this. Actually, I'm going to turn this over where we have our little squares. And basically, you're just going to lay these on here, right? And that's it. So I would just say just make sure they're right on, you know, in that space. Maybe I'll push these little towards the paper. And you know, this is in front of you guys, not so much in front of me, so I'm going to try to see what I can see. That is perfect right there, at least how I see it. Let me kind of lift this up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at the front, oh, well, that's not great, but if you wanted to look at the front, maybe hold it down and see where you're at and see if that's a good spot to be at. So I would hold it down for just a little bit at least, so that when you turn it over to look, it's not just going to fall off. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so that's one, but I'm going to hold it down because I want it to make really nice contact. And you're going to do the same thing basically for all of them, with this smaller one, with the larger guy, same thing. I was going to say, after I built up the first one, I turned these so that the nice side where the die pushed in was on the inside. You can't really, it doesn't really make a big difference, but it's just something to think about when you're constructing. And then this guy. They pretty much butt right up against each other. I'll show you that in just a second, what I mean by that. Let me just give this a good stick. So when this opens up, yeah, perfect. How cute. Oh my gosh. So what I want to show you is that they're right next to each other. I don't know if that's the same spacing for like the larger one, but if you need to overlap them, then overlap them, whatever it is. I'm just going to stick something in here to help me really make some good contact there. And I'll keep pushing on those, you know, as they're drying. Again, kind of flared towards the paper. Just looking at where I'm popping that down. That looks really good. How cute. Oh my gosh. And again, they're just right with each other. And then the last one, of course. I'm gonna let those set up before I continue on to the next step. How cute are these? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. And again, just flattening stuff out, making sure I'm making contact with all the areas there. Look how perfect that is. cute, and you can kind of see from the front exactly where that is, making sure I didn't glue these guys down. It's good. I'm gonna let that set up for a second. I'll be right back. It's still drying. It looks really good. I'm gonna put that to the side. We're gonna bring our side pieces over. What is that? Okay, well, I know what it is, but we're just gonna get these guys again folded towards the back on all 4 sides. We have 2 long, 2 short, and basically they don't have a glue tab in one of the sections because they're going to hinge together from one to where the other glue tab, you know, so you don't need to have 4 of them. And so I'll do the same thing on all of them, just score them up, and I'll be right back. And the instruction basically just shows to go ahead and build your frame out on here. If you want to do that, do you want to put it together first like a big long strip? You know, it'd be long, short, long, and then short, leaving it open and just gluing them as you go along, however you prefer. I think I might do that. So I'm just going to glue these guys together. And again, if you're doing it this way, you really want to make sure you're right on the edges and it looks nice and crisp. Where your score lines are, that it's not impeded in any way, but it looks really nice also. So I'm right on that edge where it folds up. Okay, so again, I'm choosing to do it this way. You do however you feel most comfortable. So I'm gonna flatten that out for a second, and then from long, short, another long one. Just going to flatten it out right quick. Now the other way, of course, you're going to be putting them on and gluing it specifically to the length there. Right now I'm kind of making it so that it has to be this length. Of course you're using dies, so it should be pretty much the same. And then one more. And we're not gluing it in the frame shape until I lay it down, so that's the last part I will do. And for right now it's just this here. Okay, and generally I would wait, but by the time I get here it should be dry. So I'm going to put a little glue on the tab that's going to be touching. Really try to get it on that very edge because you want that to stay really nicely. And you're going to just pop this on here. I'm looking at the side edge here, making sure I'm lined up right on the edge. And I'll show you that in just a second. I suppose you can turn it over and just look at it too on this side. I can kind of lay it out flat because this is our first corner here, or side, should I say. I can see that the very, you know, just where this divot's in, it's meeting right there at the very end, and same thing here, so really nice meeting there. I'm going to let this set up before I move on because I don't want to just come over and then maybe it pulls this away, so I'm just going to let that set for maybe another 30 seconds or so, and I'll be right back. I'm going to put the glue here instead of on the tab. It makes it a little bit easier. And bring this guy around and line that up. Wow, that looks really good, like right on the bottom edge here. Let me bring this out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about here. Looks really great there. And if you really want to make sure it's making contact, you can definitely lift up that flap and then just kind of get something, pencil or something that helps you get down in there. Okay. And as we're coming around, might as well go ahead and do this side. They come in. There we go. Okay, around the edge there. And I'm going to hold it steady again. I'm lining it right to the edge. I know I'm going to say that many times. Sorry, guys. But I just want you to see what that looks like. It's right on there. Looks really good. And after a few seconds, maybe we can give it a turn and just make sure it's where we want it. Making contact. We don't want gaps in there later. just for really nice construction. Okay, and then this last one that comes across here, I'm just going to put glue right down in there. Oh, and then glue on the tab, this last tab. Okay, so when I bring it around town, it'll just kind of go in there, right into that space. And then this guy and this guy can meet up. That is perfect. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like the frame out. If you want to do piece by piece, you know, go for it, but you're going to pay attention to the base piece plus the side piece whenever you do that. So for me, the frame and then bringing it around works really well for me. I'm going to hold that, and I mean, look how perfectly that matched up. Again, it's a die, so as long as you're right on your score lines when the next one starts, as you glued it down, you should be good to go. I'm going to let this set up before we bring this over, because basically all we're going to do is bring this guy over and put it on top. Now, he has a really nice bevel edge. If you want to cut two of these out and put them together and then stick it on the back, so that way the back looks really nice, the front looks really nice, you can definitely decorate all these things. I'm trying to think what I want to do for this one. Since this is the back of the thing, I'm going to make the front, the nice side, the beveled side, facing this way, okay? So that's just, you know, what I want to do. But again, stick to them together, back to back. Takes a little more paper, but it's going to be sturdier and it's going to look nice on both sides. But I think I'm probably ready, I guess. Okay. So, glue, glue, glue. Glue all on the edge there, glue on the edge here. Of course, glue on your little squares or your doorway, because you don't want those to just move around with whatever weight that you're putting in there of your candies. So I will recommend bringing the flaps up so that they want to touch your paper. I pretty much do that whenever you have something that you're pushing down. You want to make sure that they're making contact. So there, every single flap should have glue. This guy's underneath, but I'll still put glue. Oh, one more. Okay. Let me pull this one up a little bit more. Okay. Nice side facing down, because that's what I want. And we are just going to put that on here. And apply pressure. Now again, pulling the tabs up is really going to help you make sure that it's making contact with this paper. If they're kind of pushed away, it's not going to make contact. It's not even close, right? Because they're like not in the same vicinity of each other. So I'm just going to hold that down for a minute. Of course, you could also just turn it over and put something on top of it. Again, like a weight, like I like to do. Maybe something like this. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Decide as that's drying, what I'm going to do is make some decorative side pieces, which we could have already added to, but that part doesn't, you know, I feel like it's easy just to stick them on the sides. So we have these cute like little decorative bits if you want to use those. I think what I'm going to do for today is just some inlays with this guy. So let me think. Just to bring more red back in, because we haven't really done that. And I know a lot of these colors, obviously you're going to want to pop in maybe some yellow or something that looks like light, like it's on the inside. That would be really cute. On my other ones, obviously I did gold in the background. I mean, there's just lots of ways to play this up, so I'm trying to think what I want to do. Let's do red background. So I'm going to cut out two of this in red, two inlays in black, and then maybe I'll run through some gold just to get some gold accents for these areas. And then that's it, like in here, in there. Well, maybe not there, but we'll see, okay? I'll be right back. So I've already cut two of these out. Look how sturdy and beautiful that is. Okay, so we're gonna layer these guys together. And then I'm just gonna leave that red. What I was thinking about is I'll keep these little areas, I'll show you in just a minute. You can run through brown, that'd be really cute. So it looks like a wood, kind of like, oh, what is that called? Under the window. Window box, I don't know. Anyway. Really get these edges. I'm probably going to put glue on the back of my hand to really get these smaller bits. Some glue on those guys, and just pop that down. These are not like super specialty paper, so they glues pretty quickly and doesn't normally go all over the place like it would if it was a kind of a slipperier paper. And I did not keep these in any way. I just figured since I have the black, I might as well just pair black back in. So I'm going to put a little glue there, a little glue here, and a little glue here. How cute. And these are the three that came out of here. And like I said, I haven't paired them up, so I don't really 100% know which one goes where. That looks good. And then this guy looks like this one. It was just an afterthought. I thought, oh, I can just use those pieces that fell out. So if you're obviously keeping track, you know exactly where they came from. There we go. And I'll do 2 of these exactly the same. I'm also going to run it through some gold so we can get some gold pieced in here. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm pretty sure that's set up and ready. Feels really sturdy, feels really nice. How cute. And what I'm going to do is, well, just show you right quick. You know, obviously I don't want to stretch it out, but you just open it, you can see that whole tunnel there. Looks really great. Okay, so for this one, I just need bits of gold. I mean, the smartest thing would be to go ahead and just run it through with the die, the outer die, and then you'll have that gold piece to use on another one, right? So, you know, that's what I'll do, because I don't want to just waste. I was going to try to just get a little section, but then what's the point of that? So let's go ahead and do this, and I can use it on, you know, the larger town or building, this building again, like one like this. And so I'm just going to attach that, run it through twice, and really just pay attention to getting the gold from the little windows areas. And I'll be right back. Okay, so let's open this up. And I'm just pretty much leaving these things here. And what I'll do is I'll come in, of course I'm going to run it through twice like I said, and I'll put some glue, 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 and focus on that one. So on this top one right here, I can see these pieces. I'm just going to pop them through as well as I can, and if the other ones are there, what I do is I just kind of push them out and carefully remove the rest of this, and they're in basically the spot that I need them to be in. So I'm going to come over here and piece these guys in. Same thing with the other one, just put glue, 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 get my pieces and pop them in, okay? And I will be right back. All pieced in. I can save my little gold bars for like the next project, and then of course I have the gold frame out that we just created. And then I'll run it through again to get a second one. Look how pretty. So I'll put that to the side for another project, and I'll finish up the second one. I'm just going to do that off camera, okay? So basically we can take these guys and stick them down. Got a little extra glue there. Again, you want to pop them up, whatever it is you like. Like I said, I'll do the second one off camera. We're going to finish this little guy up, and then we'll make our little Christmas tree. Now, the little Christmas tree can definitely be number 25, right, for your advent calendar purposes. I think that'd be really cute. You can put the number 25 on it, on the base, underneath, and then maybe you have a little forest of them, like, oh, that's not it, that's not it. Oh, this one, you know. That'd be really, really sweet. But let's get that guy down, and then I'll do the same thing on this side. We'll do a couple finishing touches on this little guy. So what I'm going to do is run through the little string of lights, and then maybe some bows, just to add on the front. Again, I'll piece my gold pieces in this one off camera, so when you see the images, it will have the gold windows over here. And again, I did the gold windows because I did gold here, like that's what's lighting up on the inside, right? And then we have our little guy that we're going to pop up on here, and I'm just going to put some dimensionals for that one. Generally I would go for larger dimensionals, but this is what's in front of me here. And like I said, I'll run through a couple string of lights and some bows. How cute. That. And I'll be right back. 2 different strings of lights, and I meant to do one of each, but I ran the second one through before I even thought about it, so I left it up here. But hopefully you can see they're different shapes, so that's really cute because you can make it look more organic and like fun instead of just the same twice or whatever, but I'm doing the same twice here. And then I have 3 little bows, so I figured one for each junction, and they made it perfectly that it fits just across there, and I'm assuming for the larger one it fits across, you know, several of them. And so what I'm going to do here is just glue these guys down. Something there, there. And then we'll work on our little Christmas tree. I think that's really, really sweet. Something like that, because we can put that bow. Let me see how big these bows are. There. And then one in the middle here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's glue this guy down. And kind of something like that. I should probably hold these down. Well, I can hold them all down together at the same time. And our little bows. One there and one here. And then when I come back, I'm going to have my base pieces cut for the tree. You're going to need 6 of the tree sides, right? And then you're going to have one base. But let me show you what that looks like. So for these guys, you're going to need 6 of this because it's a hexagon, right? So we have that. I'm going to cut it just from a basic green color. 6 of those. And then the base piece here. Oh. A lot of exposed tape now that that one die is not in that spot. This guy, we'll need 1 of these, at least. It depends on how you like to make your bases. If you, well, anyway, it's okay. So either, sometimes I like to glue these areas underneath the glue tabs and then finish it off with another bit. So if you like to do that, you want 2 of those, right? 2 of these bases. But either way, you need 6 of this. So 6 of these, 1 of these at least, maybe 2, and 6 of these, okay? And I'll cut those out of just some basic green paper and I'll be right back. Heavy duty stuff, but still just a green. So as promised, I would come back with my pieces here. And I did cut just 1 for now, but look at that, how cute, that third little bow in the center. Again, I'll fill those in. It'll look like this side. Cute. Okay, so we'll put that to the side. We have these guys, they need to come together as a tree. So we are scoring out this way. And I'm just being careful that I have glue all over my hands here. The reason I'm being careful is because obviously when you get to the very tip, you want it to look nice. One more thing I do want to cut for that is at the very top. Again, you have a couple different options of what you can put in there, and I think what I'm going to do is the angel. That's going to be very cute, and I'll run her through twice, just like this kind of gold, so it's a little bit different from the shiny gold over there. So I'm going to run it through twice because I want it to look good on the front and back, so we're going to glue those guys together. But for right now, we're going to score all these guys, so when I come back, I'll have my little angel cut too. And I'm using my table to help me just score that really nicely once it gets to the top. There, there. Okay, so I'll score all those the same. There are 6 of them. And then these guys, they need to be scored, of course, in towards the inside, right? The rough side. And then we're just gonna glue these guys together also. So it's upside down right now, but the base obviously is gonna come out the other way. So again, just kind of framed out earlier this guy. We're gonna put these guys together so that there will be all 6 together. Just like that, right? So the next one, I'll glue it to this one, gluing on the inside, okay? All these guys. All 6 of them, so when I come back, they'll be glued in this kind of fashion here. Just want to show you. Okay, and I will be right back. Go ahead and glue my little angels together so that they're ready to go. Right down to the very little tip there. How cute. Again, these are symmetrical. They'll look great on both sides. If you have double-sided paper, that'd be really nice too. You can just cut one. Look how cute. Okay, let me get a little bit closer. So this guy, again, I glued it all together. I haven't glued the last one, so let's go ahead and glue the last bit. And then you're simply going to pop this on your hexagon base here. So I'll put the nice side facing down, and you can put glue on your tabs, or you can put glue on that guy. I guess I'll go ahead and put it on the tabs again, right to the very edge, so that you know that glues down real nicely. And we're going to bring it over here. And just kind of follow the shape of your base piece here, of course. So as I glue it, I'm just kind of looking, making sure everything looks pretty good. On that side. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to keep holding it down. If you want to get, again, a pencil or just some kind of tool in here to help you kind of make sure it's making contact down there. I'm going to hold that and I'll be right back. Put this to the side and we're going to glue this guy together. And basically what you're doing is just gluing these very edges, you know, along your little for a tree, if you want to decorate the centers, you could do that before you put it together, after, which is what I'm going to do. And actually, we can just hold these guys flat until you get to a certain point. Just matching these up, all 6 you're going to put together. Once the glue gets a little bit tacky, you can kind of play with it a little bit. Otherwise, they'll start just slipping around. Okay, so that's 2 of them together. And then, let's say I grab this other one. Oh, they can go on this side because I put the glue on that opposite side, so it has to go over here. And letting the glue get a little bit sticky, a little bit drier before I really mess with it too much, otherwise, again, they just slips around. Now, I'm assuming when you're done putting this together, there's probably going to be a little hole at the top because you're not really gluing that quite yet. So let's open this guy up. As you can see what I'm doing, you're going to do all 6. Okay, so the next one and the next one. And at the very top, it looks like it'll just be open and we can pop this little guy in there then, okay? So I'll continue gluing these guys till I get to the very last one, and I'll show you what that kind of looks like. So I will be right back. Down to the very last one, and again, I kind of give it a little zhuzh, kind of as you're opening them up. How cute is that? Last one, you can open that up a little bit and get that glue in there. And that is that, so I will hold that. So cute. What a fun little treat just to have, right? This little treat container. But I'm gonna hold this and then we'll pop in our little guy and we'll see how it fits. Okay, so let's see how this goes in here. I just wanna see where I should put the glue. Maybe in there somewhere. Maybe pinch it. Let's see. I'm gonna put plenty of glue on there. Maybe some right down here. Pop that little guy in there. And then just kind of pinch this top. And I will be right back. So the little guy on top. I'm just looking at the shape here. My glue's still a little bit wet, but basically, look how cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, that's super cute. You can put the 25 number at the bottom or just anywhere on here. I'm just going to run through some matte layers, probably some decorative like green paper or something kind of fun, maybe glittery or shiny or something like that. And I would do that with the matte layer that's paired right there with the die that does the tree. And then, you know, we have inlay types. We have the embossing. I mean, there's lots that we can play with there. So what I'll probably do is some kind of fun glittery or, again, shiny matte layer. That's just going to be the inlay already. So I'm going to do the inlay and just pop that on each section. And a couple other things to finish this little guy up. We have these, remember the little bricks? I think that'll be really fun to just kind of pop those wherever. So I just run a few of them through and just glue some here, glue some there on the front. And that is our very basic construction of this gorgeous set. I mean, there's so much going on, so much you can do with it. Really, really lovely. You can decorate both sides if you like, you know, the same kind of thing. I just can't say enough. It's blew me away. The simplicity of putting it together for what it does, I'm just like, wow, that's really awesome. So thank you so much, Tonic, for sponsoring this video, for sending these items for review. I will finish up here. I'll have images for you guys, and the links are in the description box along with the birthday week info, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.